Okay, we're live. Um, Hare Krishna. Jai Shishi Guru Gauranga Gandhar Vikagiri Shishi Radha Vinod Bihari Ju ki Jai. Shri Govinda Gopinath Maran Mohan Ju ki Jai. Nityalala Pravishtam Vishnupara Shuttara Shutta Shishimar Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj Srila Guru Dev ki Jai. Nityalala Pravishtam Vishnupara Shuttara Shutta Shishimar Bhakti Vedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Nityalala Pravishtam Vishnupara Shuttara Shutta Shishimar Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Nityalala Pravishtam Vishnupara Shuttara Shutta Shishimar Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Nityalala Pravishtam Vishnupara Shuttara Shutta Shishimar Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki Jai. Nityalala Pravishta Maha Bhagavat Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj ki Jai. Nityalala Pravishta Srila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki Jai. Nityalala Pravishta Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj ki Jai. Shri Rupanuga Gauriya Guru Varga ki Jai. Shri Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath, Shri Jeev Gopal Bhatta Das Raghunath, Sharda Goswami Prabhu ki Jai. Shri Surup Damodar Rai Ramanandari, Shri Gaur Parshad Vrinda ki Jai. Namachay Shri Haridas Thakur ki Jai. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासरी गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री क्षेत्र मंडल गौर मंडल व्रज मंडल मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की जय। सर्व अभिष्ट प्रदत्त गिरिराज महाराज की जय। श्री राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड की जय। श्री यमुना देवी गंगा देवी की जय। श्री तुलसी महारानी वृंद देवी की जय। श्री भक्ति देवी की जय। श्री पूर्णमासी योगमाया की जय। श्री गोपेश्वर महादेव की जय। श्री हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। जय जय धर्म की जय। जय श्री सच्चिदानंद भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर की जय। जय श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। समागत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranams. Actually, let's do the Mangalachan first, and then I'll take a look at everybody who's joined. Okay. Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Guruve Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha. Shri Siddhanta Saraswati Tividito Kodiya Gurvanvaye Bhato Bhanuriva Prabhata Gagane Yogora Sankirtanai Maya Varati Mingilo Daragatan Udhritya Jiva Niman Krishna Prema Sudabdi Gahana Sukhang Pradat Prabhung Tang Bhaje Vande Bhakti Vinodang Shri Gaura Shakti Swarupakam Bhakti Shastragya Samrajam Radharasa Sudha Nidhim Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Swarupaya Rupanugavarayate Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Vrishabhanusutanvitavamattanum Yamunatatanagaranandasutam Murali Kalagita Vinoraparang Bhajagodrumakanana Kunjavidum Smara Gaura Gadadhara Kelikalam Bhava Gaura Gadadhara Pakshachara Shrinu Gaura Gadadhara Charukatam Bhaja Godrumakanana Kunja Vidum Tavai Vasmi Na Jivami Tvaya Vina Iti Vigyaya Devi Twang Nayamang Charanantikam Bhaktya Vihina Aparada Lakshai Kshiptascha Kamadhitaranga Madhye Kripa Mai Tvam Sharanam Prapanna Vrinde Namaste Charanarvindam Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranams, Nri Hari Prabhu, Bhavatarani Mataji, Nitai Mukesh ji, Guru Nishta Prabhu, and Vrinda Didi, Hari Bol. And also, I see there are 4 people on YouTube and Facebook, but nobody wrote any comments, so I don't know who you are. But um, maybe one of you is Indira Mataji. I don't know. All right, Dandavat Pranams though, and also pranams to anybody watching in the future. So yesterday I made an announcement that we were going to have a special program today. Um, Shrivas had some very he told me that he found some amazing things about Srila Gurudev's relationship with Srila Prabhupada and more details to this. I think I might be getting it wrong, but more details to the story of when Srila Prabhupada was in Mathura and Srila Gurudev brought him into Keshavji Gaudiya Math and the whole sannyas lila. Um, and also some things on uh, Kalki and Kali Yuga and Shilas. I don't know all the details, but Shivas had some special things that he wanted to share. And I was like, oh, well, maybe that would be a great way to kick off the new year. But then um, just last night, Shivas decided to postpone it for different reasons. But so we might do it on January 9th. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But um, anyways, it's probably good that we keep the flow going while with Jaiva-dharma. And yeah, I think we'll be finished with this just in a few days. Yesterday, we read the beginning section of chapter 18 of Jaiva-dharma on Acintya-bhedābheda-tattva. And today, I'm not sure if we're going to finish the chapter. We'll see how far we get. Um, yeah. Oh, and happy New Year's to everybody. I I'm so far I'm starting it pretty strong. I wrote down a whole bunch of all the goals for this year and for the next quarter, for the next 3 months. And so far, yeah, I had a pretty strong morning. Um, actually, if anybody wants to do this, um, I today I'm going to just I'm going to write a bit more and just like do a little review of the year and plan out this year a little bit. Um I don't know. I'm just gonna write a post. It's just a personal thing. And I'm gonna send it on in the Nurturing the Seed. What is it called? It's the Nurturing the Seed Google group. And so there's just a few of us. It's not very big, but if you write in that group, then everybody who's joined it will get the email in their inbox. And um, yeah, it's just a way. I dropped it for a very long time. At first, I was every Akadashi, I would try to write something, like set my intention for the next 2 weeks till the next Akadashi. But I wasn't very consistent with it. But anyways, this year I want to start it up again. So if anybody would like to do some reflection and planning and then yeah, you're welcome to use that. Um, okay, I'll send the link for that in our WhatsApp group. All right, so let's begin. Um, Hari Bol, Jai Shri Didi, and Pradyumna Prabhu, and Mantramurti Mataji. Hare Krishna. All right, so let's go through the first verse of Daśa-mūla, the introduction verse. And before we start, I say this every time, but I'm just, I'm hoping that by explaining it every single time and then going through it so many times, then you'll automatically start to memorize this. So remember the first line of this verse explains our evidence, amnaya, which amnaya means the teachings of the Vedas, which are received through the Guru Parampara, received in a Sat Sampradaya. So yeah, those teachings received through Sat Sampradaya is called amnaya. And that amnaya is that is the praman, that is the evidence, which establishes the following 9 prameyas. Prameya means that thing which has been proven by the evidence. So the proven truths. So the first line is the evidence, and also it has the 3 first prameyas, which are related to Sri Hari. The second line has the next 3 prameyas, which relates to the jiva. The fourth line explains Acintya-bhedābheda-tattva, which is what we're going to be reading about today, and how our sadhan is Shuddha Bhakti. So everything up to Acintya-bhedābheda-tattva, um, all those prameyas are to do with our sambandha, our eternal relationship with Krishna, and how everything relates to each other. It's all about relationship, sambandha. Then next is abhideya, which is the means to attain the goal, our sadhan. That sadhan is Shuddha Bhakti. And finally, the prayojan, or also called the sadhya, which means the goal, our object of attainment, which is tat pritim. That means prem for tat, for he, Shri Krishna, Krishna prem. And so um, so in this way, Gaurachandra instructs, upadishati, he instructs Janan, the people, that Gaurachandra who is Swayam, who is himself, sa, he, that same Sri Hari. I mean, this last part, that's just my guess of what that means. I actually haven't seen it. I don't know why there's not a translation for that. Anyhow, whatever. Okay, so let's recite this verse. It's in the meter Sragdhara, same meter as Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Parakamalam. Okay. Amnaya prahatatvam harim iha paramang sarvashakting rasabdhim tad bhinnangshangscha jivan prakriti kavalitan tad vimuktangscha bhavad bheda bheda prakasham sakalamapi hare sadhanam shuddha bhakting sadyang tat pritimevetyupadishati janan Gaurachandra Swayang Sam. Oh, and I didn't explain. So the first line related to Sri Hari and the second line related to the Jivas. So what are the first 3 related to Hari is that Hari Tattvam Harim Iha Paramam. Sri Hari is the absolute truth, the Parama Tattvam. Tattvam Harim Iha Paramam. And he is Sarva Shaktim. He is the possessor. He is the possessor of all potencies. Sarva Shaktiman. And he is rasabdhim. He is an ocean of ras. Abdi rasa. Ocean ras. Rasabdhim. Now the three related to the jivas is tad bhina angsha. The jivas are tad, his, bhina, separated, angsha, parts. Tad bhina, tad bhinangshansh jivan. And those jivas are the conditioned jivas are prakriti kavalitan, swallowed by prakriti, by the material nature. And the mukta jivas, the liberated jivas, are tad vimuktangsh chabhava. They are eternally free from that prakriti. Tad refers to prakriti here, the material energy, according to my understanding. All right, so pretty simple. I mean, yeah, just to get for Hari, it's Paramatattva, um, wait, absolute truth, possessor of all potencies, ocean of ras. And for the jivas, it's they are his separated parts. They are swallowed. Conditioned jivas are swallowed by Maya, and liberated souls are eternally free from Maya. And then bheda prakasham sakalam apihare. Sakalam, everything in existence, sakalam, is a prakash, is a manifestation that is both bheda, it is both different from Sri Hari, and abheda, and non-different from Sri Hari. And our sadhana is Shuddha Bhakti, our sadhya is priti. So that is the Daśa-mūla-tattva. All right, so now let us go through the verses. Should I go through the verses again? Maybe not. Let's just recite the Sanskrit because it's good. It's good to memorize these. And so, yeah. Um, Swata sid. No, what is the meter? Oh, yeah. Swata siddho vedo haridaita veda prabhritita pramanam sat praptam pramiti vishayan tanava vidhan tata pratyakshadi pramiti sahitang sadhayatina na yuktistarkakya pravishati tatha shakti rahita. Okay, I'll explain it just briefly. So the Swata Siddha Veda, the Vedas which are self-evident, they are Swata Siddha. Those Vedas which are Sat Praptam, which are received Praptam in a Sat Sampradaya, in a pure Sampradaya, by Hari Daita, by recipients of Hari's mercy, or also means those who are dear to Sri Hari, such as Vedas. Vedas refers to Brahma, and so on. Prabhritita means and so on. So that Swata Siddha Vedas, which are received in the Sampradaya by recipients of Sri Hari's mercy, such as such as Brahma, that is the Praman. That is the evidence. And these words of the Vedas received in the Guru Parampara, like that, is called Amnaya. So that Amnaya Vakya, is our Praman. That's our evidence. That Praman, sadhayati means establishes, na for us. It establishes for us pramiti vishayan tan navavidhan. Pramiti vishayan, pramiti is the knowledge, the true knowledge from that praman, and vishayan means the object. So the object of true knowledge is prameya, that which has been proven. So that pramiti vishayan, those prameyas are tan, those are of, tan means those, are navavidan. They are of nine, they are ninefold. So yeah, this Amnaya establishes the nine prameyas. And also tata and also the truth that along with truth, sahita means along with the true knowledge, which is, and true knowledge means that it's in line with with Amnaya, with the words of the Vedas coming in the Sat Sampradaya. So that true knowledge um, from other evidences like pratyaksha, adi means and so on. Adi and prabhritita mean both mean and so on. um, so so that knowledge which is gained through pratyaksha, that's also for us praman, but only if they follow amnaya. Sorry, did I say what pratyaksha is? Pratyaksha means direct perception. But our senses are faulty, so we might directly perceive something, but it's actually like a distortion, and it's not actually the truth. So we only accept pratyaksha and other forms of evidence that are following the Vedas. Now, yukti, reasoning, which is based on tarka, logic and argument, na pravishati, has no entrance into the realm of inconceivable subject matters. With like these, all these nine prameyas are all completely inconceivable. They're all transcendental. They're beyond the material modes of nature. And so any kind of tarka, our logic and argument, has na pravishati, has no entrance into these matters, for it is shakti rahita. Logic and argument is just on the plane of the brain, intelligence, like that. And our material brain can't touch that which is beyond the material modes. So it's shakti rahita. It is devoid of power, of shakti. Okay. So then Haristve, now the three related to Srihari. Haristve tattvam Vidi Shiva Suresha Pranamita Yadevedam Brahma Prakriti Rahitang Tat Tvanumaha Paratma Tasyangsho Jagaranugato Vishvajanaka Savai Radha Kanto Navajalada Kantish Chirudaya. So Hari is the Eka Tattva. He is indeed the one Tattva, absolute truth. That one absolute truth to whom Brahma, Vidhi, Shiva, and Suresh, which means Indra, Pranamita, who they bowed down to. They all bow down to that Sri Hari, who is the absolute truth. Yad, that refers to Sri Hari, his, whose, idam, this Brahma. So this Brahma is but um, this Brahma, which is Prakriti Rahitam, which is devoid of energy. Tu means but his Anumaha. Anumaha means effulgence. So that Brahma, which is devoid of Prakriti, which is devoid of energy, is but his Anumaha, his effulgence. And Paratma, that means the Paramatma, is Tasya, his Angsho, his portion, is just a portion of him. Jagar Anugato, that Paramatma, which Jagar Anugato, which enters into all the material universes, enters into every atom even, and is Vishva Janaka, and is the creator of all the universes, is the cause of all the universes. So the absolute truth, Sri Hari, just his effulgence is Brahma, and just a portion of him is Paramatma, which enters into who enters into all of the universes and is the creator of all the universes. But sa means he, vai, certainly is Radha Kanta, the beloved of Sri Radha. And he has a Nava Jalada Kanti. He has a complexion, a Kanti, which is like a Nava Jalada, like a new rain cloud. Chid Udaya. And he is the transcendental reality. Chit Udaya. Okay, so now the next tattva, which is that Sri Hari is the possessor of all potency, Sarva Shaktiman. Parakhyaya Shaktir Aprityagapi Sasve Mahimani Stito Jiva Kyang Swam Achirabhihitam tang tripadikam swatantre cha shakting sakala vishaye prerana paro vikara shunya parama purusho yang vijayate. This verse very closely relates to what we're reading about today, Acintya-bhedābheda-tattva. We read about how the Vaishnavas are followers of, they are believers of Shakti Parinambad, transformation of Shakti. And, but the, but the Shaktiman, Vikaradhya Shunya, does not undergo any transformation. Shakti undergoes transformation, but not the Shaktiman, not the possessor of the potency. So this verse clearly explains that. Um, so, um, so Sri Hari, he is the para akya. Akya means called, para, shaktir. So the Shakti called para, so the para Shakti, Sri Hari is apritag. That means non-different from that para Shakti. Para kyaya Shaktir apritag. Api sa swe mahimani. Although, even though he's not different from his Shakti, he is Swe Mahimani. He is Stito. He is situated, Stito means situated, in Swe Mahimani, in his own glory. So he's not subordinate to Shakti. Shakti is subordinate to him. He is situated in his own glory. And Jivakyam, Akya means called, right? So the Shakti called Jiva, so the Jiva Shakti, and his Achid Abhihitam. Abhihitam and Akyaya kind of mean the same thing, I think. It means like also known as Achid Tang Tripadikam. So Achid, so one is the Jiva Shakti and the other is the Achid Shakti. Achid are also known as the Maya Shakti. Chid is transcendental, Achid is material, or Maya. So Tang, these are Tripadikam. These are the threefold Shaktis. So on the first line is Para, and the second line is Jiva and Achid or Maya. Tang. These three Padikam. These are three means three Padikam, threefold and Shakti. So even though Hari is apritag, non-different from his Shakti, he is established, he is situated in his own glory. And then on the third line it says he's swatantrecha. Swatantra means independent and icha means desire. So he's situated in his own glory and he has his own independent desires. Swatantra icha. And he prerana paro, he engages prerana. He engages the Shakti in sakal vishaye, in all of its functions. The whole purpose of Shakti, like the Shakti just fulfills the desires of um, this Shaktiman, which we'll read about today in our reading. So, um, but so even though he engages this Shakti in all of its, um, you know, and everything that it does, vikaradya shunya, he is shunya, devoid of any vikar, any transformation. So Parama Purushoyam, may that Parama Purush, that supreme person, that supreme personality, Vijayate, may he be ever triumphant, or glorious, victorious. Okay, so now the third one. This is how Sri Hari is an ocean of ras. Savai hladinyascha pranaya vikriter hladana तथा संविच्चक्ति प्रकटितरहो भावरसिता तथा श्री संधिन्या krita vishadata dhama nichaye rasambodho magno vraja rasa vilasi vijayate. So the Surup Shakti has three functions. Ladini, the function of the Ladini Shakti, Sandhini Shakti, and Samvit Shakti. Um, Now the first line says that Krishna is Rata. He is completely immersed in the ladana, the delight of the pranaya vikriter, the transformations of love, of transcendental love, of the Ladini, by the Ladini Shakti. Sa means he, vai, certainly, is immersed in the delight of the transformation of love caused by the Ladini Shakti, Ladinyash. Tata, as well, and he is rasita. He is, um, he tastes the ras. He is relishing the ras of the raho bhav, of the confidential, the what is it? How did he, the confidential moods, the confidential bhavs, which prakatita, which manifests, which is evoked by the samvit shakti. And bhav here is like, the relationships, the feelings of relationship with Krishna. That in that ras, he is always relishing that. And he is magna. He is submerged in a rasambodo, in an ocean. Ambuda means ocean of ras, which is what is it? That ocean of ras, which is in his dhams. Dhamma, his abodes, Nichaya makes it multitudes. His multitudes of dhams, headed by Vrindavan. So, which is krita, which is made, or which is like made possible. Oh, and Vishada means is brilliant. Brilliant, or it also means spotless, brilliant. Tad means his dham, his multitudes of dhams, which is what word did I use here in the translation? Which is manifest. Krita. Anyways, translated krita is manifest by the Sandhini Shakti. So may that Vraj Ras Vilasi, may that enjoyer, the Vilasi of Vraj Ras Vijayate, may he always be victorious, triumphant. Now the next three verses relate to Jiva-tattva. Oh, it's already 7:30. Maybe let's not. I'll go through the next three tomorrow. Yeah, let's do that. I'll go through the next three tomorrow. Today we are reading this verse. Hare Shakte Sarvam. Yeah. Hare Shakte Sarvam. Chid Achid Akilam Syat Parinati. The entire spiritual and material creation is a transformation of Sri Hari's Shakti. So let's see. Sarvam, everything that is chid, which is spiritual, and achid. So that entire akila means entire creation of chid achid, the spiritual and material creation is a parinati, is a transformation of Hari's Shakti, which we went over in verse 3. Vivartam, the doctrine of illusion, Vivartavad, of Shankaracharya, the Mayavadis, it's not no satyam. It is not true. It's not the truth. It is shrutim iti virudham. It is opposed to the shrutis, to the revealed scriptures. And it is kali malam. It is a contamination of the age of Kali. And then the opposite, this other line aligns. It's like the total opposite of the previous line. So vivartam nasatyam, shrutim iti virudham. But harer bheda bhedo, The difference and non-difference from Sri Hari, that doctor, that philosophy is Shruti Vihita Tattvam. That is a tattva which is Vihita, which is upheld, which is accepted, which is established by the Shrutis, by the revealed scriptures. And this one is Suvimalam. That means completely free from any spots, from any contamination. It is completely pristine and pure. Vivartavad is Kalimalam, and this one is Suvimalam. Those are opposites. And Vivartam is Shrutim iti virudam, and the Bheda Tattva is Shruti Vihita Tattvam. The one is against the Vedas, the other is established is upheld by the Vedas, is a truth upheld by the Vedas. Tata premna siddhir bhavati nitarang nitya vishaye. So tata, therefore, from this truth, premna siddhi, perfection in nitaram means incessant prem. Bhavati takes place. It happens. Prem for who? For the nitya vishaye, for the eternal absolute truth. Or eternal absolute. Nitya vishaye, the eternal truth. What is it? Yeah, anyways. The eternal enjoyer also, right? Visha is the enjoyer. So, yeah, that's the verse that we're going over today. So, where did we leave off yesterday? Actually, should we look at a summary? Let's just look at a summary from what we read yesterday. Let's see. Which one should we go over? Maybe let's look at the one Chandramukhi Didi made. I haven't seen it yet. I don't know. But I think hers was a little bit more clear. Yeah, okay. Acintya-bhedābheda-tattva. Acintya-bhedābheda-tattva. You've heard that, right? All right, there it is. It's Kula Shekhar. That was a hit song and I think it's like 96 or something. It was a hit song. It was in the top of the charts in the uh or in the rock section. Acintya-bhedābheda-tattva. Pretty neat, huh? Okay. Okay, so this is pretty much a translation. So why is this Acintya-bhedābheda-tattva? Why is it called Acintya? Why is it inconceivable? It is accessible only by transcendental sound vibration. It is inaccessible to logic, arguments, and the jiva's minute thinking capacity. And it is understood by accepting the scriptural statements endorsed by the Guru Parampara. Jiva Goswami's explanation. Okay, Mayavad. Let's go over this. So Mayavad, or Vivartavad, was established by Sri Shankaracharya, an incarnation of Shiva. There's a difference. Why I don't know why Advaitavad and Mayavad are together here, though, because there is a difference between Mayavad and Advaitavad. Um, anyways, the doctrine of non-dualism or monism, the doctrine that emphasizes the absolute oneness of the living entities with God. This is often equated with Mayavad theory of illusion, that everything is ultimately one, that there's no distinction whatsoever between the Supreme Absolute and the individual living entities, that the Supreme is devoid of form, personality, qualities, and activities, and that perfection is to merge oneself into the all-pervading impersonal Brahma. But yeah, there's a difference between Vivartavad and Brahma Parinamvad. But I mean, I'm not so clear on this. I'm not very philosophical, and I'm not 100% clear on this. But to my understanding, Vivartavad, the doctrine of the Mayavadis, is they claim that Bhagavan comes under the influence of Maya, and that everything is just Maya, and when we're free from Maya, then yeah, but they say that Brahma comes under the influence of Maya, although he's not bound by karma like the living entities. Like he can free himself from Maya, and he doesn't taste the results of his actions, like the jivas. So they do say there's a difference between Ishvara and the jiva, but they say that Bhagavan comes under the control of Mayavad. Bhagavan is subservient to Maya, although he can give it up whenever he wants. So that's why it's a very offensive Mayavad doctrine. That that Krishna Shakti, this Maya Shakti is he comes under Maya. Yeah. But the Advaitavadis, they say that they accept the doctrine of Brahma Parinambad. They say that Brahma undergoes a transformation, um, and he transforms into living beings and the inert material world. Yeah, so I am Brahma is the truth. I am Jiva is Vivarta illusion. The goal is to attain Advaita Siddhi, the perfectional stage of oneness. The real Vivarta in the Vedas, okay, I don't think we've gone to that with the real Vivarta yet. Anyhow, that's what I remember. And then he went through Shakti Parinambad, which was pretty much just this third verse that we went through already. The explanation of Shakti Parinambad, this verse, Parakyaya Shaktir Apritakapi, this verse. So we already went through this. Um, where did we end yesterday? I forgot. Shoot. Sorry. I think we stopped here. What is Vivartavad? I can't remember actually. Anyways, let's just read from this point on. No problem if we reread things also. Okay, so Rajanath asks, what is Vivartavad of the Mayavadis? And Babaji, Raghunath Das Babaji says, there is some reference to Vivarta in the Vedas, but that is not Vivartavad. Sri Shankaracharya has interpreted the word Vivarta in such a way that Vivartavad has come to mean the same as Mayavad. The scientific meaning of the word Vivarta is atatvato nyata buddhir vivartam ityudahrita. That's from Sarananda's Vedanta Sar, verse 49. Vivarta is the illusion of mistaking one thing for another. The jiva is an atomic spiritual substance, but when he is bewildered, he imagines that the subtle and gross bodies in which he is encaged are his self. This bewilderment is ignorance born of a lack of knowledge, and it is the only example of Vivarta found in the Vedas. Someone may think, I am Brahman Ramanath Pandey, the son of the Brahman Sanatan Pandey. And another may think, I am the sweeper Madhua, son of sweeper Harkua. But really, such thoughts are completely illusory. The jiva is an atomic spiritual spark, and is neither Ramanath Pandey nor the sweeper Madhua. It only seems to be so because he identifies with the body. The illusions of mistaking a rope for a snake and seeing silver in the reflection on a conch shell are similar examples. The Vedas use various examples to try to convince the jivas to become free from this vivarta, the illusion of identifying oneself with this mayic body, with this body which is made of, made of Maya. Mayavadis reject the true conclusion of the Vedas, and they establish a rather comical theory of Vivartavad. They say that the idea I am Brahma is essential understanding, and the idea I am a jiva is Vivarta, is an erroneous understanding. The Vedic examples of Vivarta do not contradict Shakti Parinambad at all. But the theory of Vivartavad that the Mayavadis put forward is simply foolish. The Mayavadis propose various types of Vivartavad, of which three are most common. 1. The soul is really Brahma, but he became bewildered into thinking himself to be an individual soul. Then 2. The jivas are reflections of Brahma. And 3. The jivas and the material world are just the dream of Brahma. So Mayavadis, they have three different theories. They say the individual soul is is Brahma, but he became bewildered into thinking himself to be a soul? Or the jiva is a reflection of Brahma, or he's just this is just the dream of Brahma. All these varieties of Vivartavad are false and contrary to Vedic evidence. Rajanath, what is this philosophy called? Oh, sorry. What is this philosophy called Mayavad? I am unable to understand it. Babaji, listen carefully. Maya Shakti is the shadow of Swarup Shakti. It has no entrance into the spiritual kingdom, and it is the controller of the material world. When the jiva is overpowered by ignorance and illusion, he enters that material world. Spiritual things have an independent existence and are independently energetic. But Mayavad does not accept this. Instead, the Mayavad theory declares that the living soul is itself Brahma and only appears to be different from Brahma because of the influence of Maya. This theory states that the jiva only thinks himself to be an individual, he only thinks himself to be an individual entity, and that the moment the influence of Maya is removed, he understands that he is Brahma. According to this conception, while under the influence of Maya, the atomic spiritual spark has no independent identity separate from Maya, and therefore the way of liberation for the jiva is nirvana, or merging in Brahma. Mayavadis do not accept the separate existence of the pure individual soul. Furthermore, they state that Bhagavan is subordinate to Maya and has to take shelter of Maya when he needs to come to this material world. They say, this is because Brahma is impersonal and does not have any form, which means that he has to assume a material form, a mayic form, in order to manifest himself in this world. His Ishvar aspect has a material body. So they say Krishna's body is material. The avatars accept material bodies and perform wonderful feats in this material world. In the end, they leave their material body in this world and return to their abode. I'm not clear on this myself, but I wanna know what the difference is between Mayavad and Advaitavad. But I think Advaitavad, do they not say that Bhagavan's body is material? That Bhagavan, I don't know. Anyways, maybe I'll send a yeah, I think what I'll do, I'll send a voice message to Sundar Gopal Prabhu, and maybe he can clearly explain the difference between um, Vivartavad and Brahma Parinamvad, or the Mayavadis and Advaitavadis. So Mayavadis show a little kindness towards Bhagavan, for they accept some differences between the jiva and the avatars of Ishvar. The distinction they make is that the jiva has to accept a gross body because of his past karma, and this karma carries him away even against his wishes, and he is forced to accept birth, old age, and death. The Mayavadis say that Ishvar's body, designation, name, and qualities are also material, but that he accepts them of his own accord, and that whenever he desires, he can reject everything and regain his pure spirituality. He is not forced to accept the reactions resulting from the activities that he performs. These are all misconceptions of the Mayavadis. So they show a little kindness towards Bhagavan, saying that he's not under the control of his karma, and that he accepts it of his own accord, the material body, and so on. Whereas the jivas are, yeah. But these are all just misconceptions of the Mayavadis. Rajana, is this Mayavad philosophy found anywhere in the Vedas? Babaji, no. Mayavad cannot be found anywhere in the Vedas. Mayavad is Buddhism. We read in the Padma Purana, Mayavadam asat shastram prachannam bodhamuchyate mayaiva vihitam devi kalo brahmana murtina. It's from the Uttarakhand, 43:6. In answer to a question by Uma Devi, Parvati, Mahadev explains, O Devi, Mayavad is an impure shastra. Although actually covered Buddhism, it has gained entry into the religion of the Aryans, disguised as Vedic conclusions. In Kali Yuga, I shall appear in the guise of a Brahmin and preach this Mayavad philosophy. Vrajanath. Prabhu, why did Mahadev perform such an ugly task when he is the leader of the Devatas and the foremost among Vaishnavas? Babaji. Shri Mahadev is Bhagavan's Guna avatar. The supremely merciful Lord saw the asuras taking to the path of bhakti and worshipping him to get fruitive results and to fulfill their wicked desires. He then thought, the asuras are troubling the devotees by polluting the path of devotional service, but the path of bhakti should be freed from this pollution. Thinking thus, he called for Shivji and said, O Shambhu, it is not auspicious for this material world. It is not auspicious for this material world if my pure bhakti is taught amongst those who are in the mode of ignorance and whose character is asuric. You should preach from Shastra and spread Mayavad philosophy in such a way that the asuras become enamored and I remain concealed from them. Those whose character is asuric will leave the path of devotional service and take shelter of Mayavad. And this will give my gentle bhaktas the chance to taste pure devotional service unhindered. Sri Mahadev, who is the supreme Vaishnav, was at first somewhat reluctant to accept such an arduous task with which Bhagavan had entrusted him. However, considering this to be his order, the Lord's order, he therefore preached the Mayavad philosophy. Where is the fault of Sriman Mahadev, the supreme Guru, in this? The entire universe functions smoothly, like a well-oiled machine under the guidance of Bhagavan, who expertly wields in his hands the splendid Sudarshan chakra for the well-being of all creatures. Only he knows what is auspicious. Only he knows what auspiciousness is hidden in his order. And the duty of the humble servants is simply to obey his order. Knowing this, the pure Vaishnavas never find any fault in Shankaracharya, Shiva's incarnation who preached Mayavad. Listen to the evidence from Shastra for this. Tvam aradhya tata shambho grahishyami varam sada dvaparado yuge bhutva kalaya manushadishu swagamai kalpitais tvancha janan madvi mukhan. Whoa, I think there's a spelling mistake there. Or maybe it's kriru mancha gopaya yena syat srishtire shontarantara. That's from the Padma Puran Uttarkhanda 42 109 to 110 and Narad Pancharatra 42 29 to 30. Vishnu said, O Shambhu, although I am Bhagavan, still I have worshipped different devatas and devis to bewilder the asuras. In the same way, I shall worship you as well and receive a benediction. In Kali Yuga, you should incarnate amongst human beings through your partial expansion. You should preach from Shastras like Agama and fabricate a philosophy that will distract the general mass of people away from me and keep me covered. In this way, more and more people will be diverted away from me, and my pastimes will become all the more valuable. In Varaha Puran, Bhagavan tells Shiva, Esha moham srajamyashu ye janan mohayeshyati tvancha rudra mahashaho moha shastrani karaya atatyani vitatyani darshayasva mahabhuja prakasham kuruchatmanam prakashancha mam kuru. Oops. Anyways, whatever. I am creating the kind of illusion, the moha, that will delude the mass of people. O strong-armed Rudra, you also create such a deluding shastra. O mighty armed one, present fact as falsehood, and falsehood as fact. Give prominence to your destructive Rudra form, and conceal my eternal original form as Bhagavan. Should we end here? There's still 5 minutes. I think we can read a little bit more. Vrajanath, is there any Vedic evidence against the Mayavad philosophy? Okay, so there's no, Mayavad is not in the Vedas, but is there any Vedic evidence against it? Raghunath Babaji says, All the testimony of the Vedas refutes Mayavad philosophy. The Mayavadis have searched all the Vedas and isolated 4 sentences in their support. They call these 4 sentences Mahavakya, or the illustrious statements. These 4 statements are, um, and remember Raghunath Babaji before was telling Vrajanath that um, we shouldn't give prominence to just some evidence of like some statements of the Vedas and then reject the other ones. But we should see all the Vedas together equally, and then we come to the truth. Shouldn't say this one's the Mahavakya. He says that all the statements of the Vedas are Mahavakyas. But the Mayavadis just say, no, they're just 4 Mahavakyas. They are: 1, Sarva Kala Vidam Brahma. All the universe is Brahma. That's in the Chandogya Upanishad 3:14.1. And 2, Pragyanam Brahma. The supreme knowledge is Brahma. That's from the Aitireya Upanishad 1:5.3. And 3, Tat Tvam Asi Shvetaketu. O Shvetaketu, you are that. That's from the Chandogya Upanishad 6:8.7. And 4, Ahang Brahmasmi. I am Brahma. That's from the Brihad Aranyaka Upanishad 1:4.10. The first Mahavakya teaches that the whole universe, consisting of the living beings and non-living matter, is Brahma. Nothing exists that is not Brahma. The identity of that Brahma is explained elsewhere. Natasya karyam karanam cha vidyate, natat shamas cha bhyadikash cha drishyate, parasya shaktir vividhaiva shruyate, sabhavaki jnana bala kriya cha. That's from the Shvetashvatar Upanishad 6:7-8. 6 verses 7 and 8. And Srila Prabhupada would quote this all the time in his purports. None of the activities of that Parabrahma, Paramatma, is mundane, because none of his senses, such as his hands and legs, is material. Thus, through the medium of his transcendental body, he performs his pastimes without any material senses, and he is present everywhere at the same time. Therefore, no one is even equal to him. What to speak of being greater than him? The one divine potency of Parameshwar has been described in Shruti in many ways, among which the description of his Gyan Shakti, knowledge, his Bala Shakti, his power, and his Kriya Shakti, potency for activity, are most important. These are also called Chit Shakti or Samvit Shakti, Sat Shakti or Santini Shakti, and Ananda Shakti or Ladini Shakti. Okay, so the Jnana Shakti, the knowledge potency, is also known as the Chit or Samvit Shakti. The Bala Shakti, the power Shakti, is also, which is Baladev Prabhu, right, is the Sat Shakti or Santini Shakti. And the Kriya Shakti, the potency for activity, is the Ananda Shakti or Ladini Shakti. So Gyan refers to Krishna. Bala is Baladev Prabhu is the presiding deity of that Shakti, and Kriya is Srimati Radhika. Ananda Shakti or Ladini Shakti. Gyan, Bala, Kriya. Okay, so Brahma, oh my God, it's already 8 o'clock. Okay, so let's end here, and I'll review this tomorrow also. We'll go through this again tomorrow. Brahma and his Shakti, I'll just finish this one section. Brahma and his Shakti are accepted as non-different from each other. In fact, this Shakti is said to be an inherent part of Brahma, which is manifested in different ways. From one point of view, it may be said that nothing is different from Brahma, for the potency and the possessor of potency are non-different. However, when we look at the material world, we can see that in another sense, Brahma and his Shakti are certainly different. Nitya nityanam, chetanas chetananam. Eko bahunam yo vidadhati kaman. That's from the Katha Upanishad 2:13 and Shvetashvatar Upanishad 6:10. He is the one supreme eternal among all eternal beings, and the one supreme conscious being among all conscious beings. He alone is fulfilling the desires of everyone. This statement from the Vedas accepts variegatedness within the eternally existing substance, within the Vastu, Brahma. It separates it separates the Shakti, the potency, from Shaktiman, the possessor of potency. And then it considers his Gyan, his knowledge, his Bala, his power, and Kriya activities. And then now he's going to go through the second Mahavakya, Pragyanam Brahma, but we will read that tomorrow. Today we just went over the first one. The first one, which is Sarva Kala Vidam Brahma. All the universe is Brahma. All right, so we'll review this again tomorrow. I'll end here. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol. जय श्री श्री गुरु गौरांग गंधार विकगिरिधारी श्री श्री राधा विनोद बिहारी जू की जय श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन जू की जय श्रील गुरुदेव की जय श्रील परम गुरुदेव की जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय श्री रूपानु गौरी गुरु वर्ग की जय स्वापाशा जी गौर नित्यानंद प्रभु की जय श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीगान की जय श्री गिरिराज महाराज की जय श्री तुलसी महारानी वृंद देवी की जय श्री भक्ति देवी की जय श्री पूर्णमासी योगमाया की जय श्री गोपेश्वर महादेव की जय श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय जय Sorry, I forgot Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. My God. Jai Srila Satchidananda Bhaktivinoda Thakur ki jai. Jai Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's Jaiva-dharma ki jai. Jai. Jai Shri Rajanath, sorry, Shri Raghunath Das Babaji ki jai. Shri Rajanath ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shinitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo. Vrindai Tulsi Devai Priyai Keshavashacha Krishna Bhakti Padadevi Satyavataya Namo Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Dandavat Pranams. Indira Mataji, Nri Hari Prabhu, Bhavatarani Mataji, Chattamai Mataji, Vrinda Didi, Pradumna Prabhu, Jai Shri Didi, oh, Mantramurti Mataji, sorry. Yeah, and then Vidyalalasa Didi, Vrinda Didi, another Vrinda Didi, Haribol. Oh, is that Brajanath Prabhu's Vrinda Didi? Haribol, Dandavat Pranams. And I see there are 6 devotees on YouTube and Facebook. If you write a comment, then I see your name, but Dandavat Pranams to whoever you are. And also Pranams to all the devotees watching in the future. Haribol. Today, I wanted to start off the year being on time. And so that's why I started right at 7 and I finished at 8. I wanna try to keep this going. Yeah, usually I always start like 2 minutes late and I always end it too late, but I wanna be better with time. Oh, Haribol Kishore Prabhu. All right. All right, thank you so much for joining. And oh yeah, I'm going to send in our WhatsApp group for the link to the Nurturing the Seed Google group where you can you can reflect, you could do whatever you want on it actually. There's no rules for how you do it, but it's a place to reflect and to plan. And this year, 2025, I'm going to try to plan in well, I'll do I'm not focusing so much on a year plan because that's too big and too broad, but I'm gonna just focus on quarters of the year. So the next 3 months. Like in this, I just wrote this last night. I'm gonna do a little bit more reflection, but in this, so from January till March, my publication projects is finishing the songbook. I want to finish that in this month of January. I'm hoping that we can send it to the printers in this month of January. And then I'm either going to focus on Gorgonadash Dipika or Prabandha Panchakam. Either one of those books. I need to see which one is, but I want to have that finished in March. So that's my quarterly goal. And for publications, and then for these online programs, I want to start up writing on Vine of Devotion again. And I'm thinking to write every Akadashi like I was doing before. I was doing like a pre-Akadashi newsletter. So I want to try to write 6 articles by March. That means every Akadashi. And also, I'd like to make 6 videos on my Vine of Devotion YouTube channel. Maybe the videos will be on the same topic as the articles. I don't know. We'll see. Um, and then I'm hoping before March, by the end of March, we can go through the entire Kalyana Kalpataru, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's Kalyana Kalpataru. And also, I want to make a system where, anyways, those are details. And then the habits I want to like really focus on for these next 3 months is a weekly reset. So every week I will reflect and rewrite down my goals and just I want to keep on going to like what I'm aiming towards so that every day I'm very clear on what I need to do in the day and that I'm always moving towards the goal, like the goals I set. So every day I want to do a revision also of my weekly goals. And then I want to, sorry, is this boring? Maybe I'll send this all in the Nurturing the Seed group. Yeah, that's what yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to bore you all. Thank you so much for staying all the way to the end. So if you want to join that Nurturing the Seed group, you'll see the link for it in our Bhakti Vinod Giri Dhara WhatsApp group. All right. Dhandavat pranams. See you all tomorrow. Haribol.